Hi, welcome to Village Church Connections. I'm Andy Hawkins, the senior pastor of the Village Church, and I'm here with Peter Nanfeld, and we're here in the midst of a Global Impact Week here at the Village Church, and it's, I'm sure, a very exciting time for you, having been involved in international work over the years. It's really fun, and we're really coming down the home stretch, aren't we?
Exactly.
That's
Wonderful
right.
week.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about tonight's program, Friday night.
Yeah. Just briefly, a word about that. I know Arnie spoke about that in yesterday's Village Church Connections, but it occurred to me that the program is about the CNMA beginnings, but I think it'll be of interest to a lot of folks, no matter what their denominational background or contact they may have with other mission agencies, because out of those beginnings grew quite a movement.
That's right.
Across the world today, there are 6 million people that worship in Alliance churches, 20,000 churches, by the way. And the U.S. Church supports over 700 workers that work in 70 different countries.
Incredible.
So that's quite a result of those early beginnings.
Isn't that something?
So it's a good story to hear.
Yeah, and we have like 9 or 10 times the number of churches and people who attend them overseas than we do in the United States.
Right.
Isn't that remarkable?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. Well, that's terrific, and we're going to be looking in the Friday evening program not only at the past, but also the future and how the world has changed and what difference that makes as well to the way we seek to spread the gospel.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about Sunday, which is the final day of Global Impact Week. What's going to happen on Sunday?
The conclusion. Well, Karen Conkle will be back to speak to us in the morning. And she's a fine communicator and with a lot of experience, as you know. We've heard quite a bit from her this week. But one thing I thought was interesting about Karen is she's the mother of 4 children. She has a daughter and her son-in-law who live in Iowa and attend an Alliance church there, active in Alliance church there. She has another daughter that is an international worker with her husband in Mali. A third daughter with her husband is an international worker in the Middle East. And then she has a son, the youngest, who is studying to be a medical doctor in preparation for being a doctor in Africa. So it seems to me that speaks well for Karen and her husband to raise such a wonderful family.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
And even sending an international worker to Iowa, for instance.
But I mean, that shows the character of the family.
When a family's like that, and plus it adds to her breadth of knowledge.
Exactly.
When not only has she invested so much in West Africa, and she's been in a number of countries in West Africa, but then she also has this inside information really about so many other places in the world.
Right.
What a great
So we'll enjoy that
message.
Sunday morning, I'm sure.
That's terrific. Now, you're speaking on Sunday evening.
Yes, I am.
To sort of wrap it all up, aren't you?
Right. I'm not actually giving a sermon per se. I guess I would say it's more of an address. I think it's important at the end of a week to kind of pull things together and say sort of, well, so what? Or what now? Because so often we come to the end of an event like this, and it's been informative and exciting, and we've enjoyed it. And maybe we ought to do that again sometime, sort of an attitude, but what do we take away from it?
That's right.
And you as an educator know that one of the things you strive for is change in the students that you're teaching.
Oh, absolutely.
Some kind of change, whether mentally or behaviorally or whatever. So out of a conference like this, we should be changed.
That's right.
So I think Winston Churchill said something like this, that people sometimes bump into truth and they pick themselves up and dust themselves off and then sort of totter off with no difference, nothing changing, as though nothing happened.
Yeah.
But we don't want that to happen at the end of our conference. We want to make sure that something's happened. So I'm going to try to talk about some mindsets that we ought to take away from this conference week.
Absolutely.
Give you a little sneak peek.
Oh, good.
I'm going to say that we need to be attuned to something. You have to come to find out what. We have to be aware, be alarmed, be audacious, and be accountable.
How about that?
Those 5 things. 5 aspects of a mindset that I'd like to see us take away from the conference.
That's fantastic. Well, I'm sure that when all is said and done, people will have a lot to take away from it.
Yeah.
And we recognize that it's really wonderful to have seen this week and continue to see as we conclude the week this coming Sunday of how Alliance Missions really has fit together in a way that really does impact so many places around the world, because not only are we looking forward to changing ourselves, we have seen remarkable changes in so many other countries over the years, and it's just really exciting to recount some of those things.
You know the gospel works.
We do know the gospel works, absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to it, Peter, and I trust that all of you are looking forward to it as well, and we hope to see you at the concluding services for our Global Impact Week, 10:15 on Sunday morning and 6:15 on Sunday evening. Bless you and hope to see you there.